Are you curious about the richest economies in the world? In this video, we list the top countries by GDP per capita ranking in 2024. Top 10 richest countries in the world by GDP per capita in 2024. Number 1. Luxembourg. GDP, $91.21 billion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 0.05%. Population, 675,000. Luxembourg, with its high GDP per capita and strong financial sector, is the richest country in the world. The nation is known for using its wealth to ensure better living standards, healthcare, and education for its populace. Additionally, Luxembourg is one of the world's top tourist destinations, famed for its idyllic castles, abundant greenery, and picturesque canals. It is also one of the first countries to provide free public transport and boasts the highest minimum wage in the world. Number 2. Singapore. GDP, $530.71 billion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 0.45%. Population, 5.8 million. Singapore is one of the world's biggest hubs for businesses and trading centers. The nation has many high net worth individuals among its population. The economy has taken a few consecutive hits in recent years. With the pandemic at first, and then the Chinese sputtering economy is a crucial trading partner for Singapore's manufacturing sector. Number 3. Macau SAR. GDP, $53.45 billion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 0.05%. Population, 720,000. Macau SAR is a special administrative region of China, and its wealth primarily comes from its over 40 casinos, making it one of the world's top travel destinations. Macau was the first and last European colony in Asia, despite taking a tremendous hit during the COVID-19 crisis due to travel restrictions and frequent lockdowns. The economy is rapidly recovering thanks to its distinct capitalist approach, which differs from mainland China's laws. Number 4. Ireland. GDP, $560.57 billion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 0.36%. Population, 5.2 million. After the great financial crisis of 2008, Ireland put a lot of effort into reforming its banking industry. It initiated measures like cuts to public sector wages to get its economy where it is today. Further, Ireland is one of the largest corporate tax havens in the world, with multinational companies such as Apple, Google, and Microsoft adding over 50% to the Irish economy in recent years. Number 5. Qatar. GDP, $221.41 billion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 0.18%. Population, 3.07 million. Qatar, and also the UAE, are on this list of the top 10 economies by GDP per capita ranking for 2024 benefits largely from their reserves of natural resources. Qatar has the third largest reserves of gas in the world. Qatar's oil and natural gas reserves are significantly huge compared to its population, contributing to its high ranking among the richest countries. Qatar is also increasing its economy in other sectors like hosting FIFA 2022, which gave a huge boost to Qatar's tourism and economy. Number 6. Norway. GDP, $503.75 billion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 0.3%. Population, 5.51 million. Norway is again a top petroleum provider in the Western European territories. The country has made good financial progress after the economy crashed during the COVID-19 crisis. Further, Norway has a $1.3 trillion sovereign wealth fund to deal with any crises urgently, which also happens to be the largest of its kind in the world. Number 7. Switzerland. GDP, $942.27 billion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 0.44%. Population, 8.9 million. One of the biggest tourist hotspots globally, Switzerland also has a bustling financial sector. The country further benefits from exports of precious metals, precision instruments and machinery like computers and medical devices. About 74% of the Swiss GDP comes from the services sector and 25% from industry, with less than 1% from the agricultural sector. Switzerland further has the lowest VAT rate in Europe. Number 8. Brunei Darussalam. GDP, $15.71 trillion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 0.02%. Population, 458,000. Brunei Darussalam is a small, wealthy nation on the island of Borneo in Southeast Asia, bordered by Malaysia and the South China Sea. Known for its rich reserves of oil and natural gas, Brunei has second highest human development index among Southeast Asian nations. The country is an Islamic monarchy, ruled by Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, one of the world's longest reigning and wealthiest monarchs. Its capital, Bandar Seri Begawan, features notable landmarks like the opulent Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque. Brunei maintains a peaceful, conservative culture with a strong emphasis on traditional Islamic values. Number 9. United States. GDP, $29.17 trillion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 14.99%. Population, 335 million. If you were wondering about the GDP per capita of the US, the country definitely makes it to the list of the top 10 economies by GDP per capita PPP, albeit at one of the lower ranks. Along with being a dominant economic entity, America is also bolstered by its military capabilities. Number 10. Denmark. GDP, $412.29 billion. Share of the world's GDP based on PPP, 0.26%. Population, 5.98 million. According to the Global Peace Index, Denmark is the second safest country in the world, and as per Numbio's Quality of Life Index, the Scandinavian country ranks 4th in the standard of living in the world. It is self-reliant for its energy and exports to the European countries. Although services contribute 67% to its GDP, Denmark is known for its pharmaceutical products, industrial machinery, and electrical machinery production.